Okay, why did the gardener plant the birdhouse in the ground? Because he wanted to grow birds from the bird seed. That's pretty good, huh? Anyhow, let's solve some two-step equations now. And the way that you solve them is you're going to use addition or subtraction to get the term with the variable by itself. And then you're going to use multiplication or division to get rid of the coefficient. So this is the term with the variable. I'm going to add or subtract to get rid of this thing. And then when this 2x is by itself, I'm going to get rid of the coefficient of 2 by multiplying or dividing. So let's see how it works. 2x plus 3 equals 5. What's the opposite of add 3? Subtract 3. The 3's cancel on that side, and I get 2x equals 2. And then what's the opposite of multiply by 2? Divide by 2. And I get x equals 1. And then, of course, we always want to check our work. What fun would things be if we didn't check our work, right? So I'm going to rewrite the original problem, but I'm going to leave a space there. And in that space, I'm going to put the 1. And I have 2 times 1 is 2 plus 3. And that gives me 5 equals 5. Let's do another one. Now the next one that I'm going to do for you, a lot of people would look at this and they'd say, oh, I see a subtraction sign, so I have to add. But that's not what you want to do. What are you trying to get rid of here? Well, you're trying to get rid of the 3. And since the 3 doesn't have a sign in front of it, it's a positive 3. So what's the opposite of plus 3? It's minus 3. So we're going to subtract 3. You know, don't just look at the sign in the middle and automatically reverse it. Think about what you're trying to get rid of. In this problem, I'm trying to get rid of the 3. So it's a plus 3, I subtract 3. So I don't worry about this. So those cancel, and I bring down this whole thing, including this sign. And this subtraction sign becomes a negative sign now. And then on the other side, 13 minus 3 is 10. And then I divide both sides by negative 5, and I get x equals negative 2. And then, of course, the one thing we always want to do is check our work. That's almost as much fun as doing the problem in the first place. So I have 3 minus 5 times negative 2 equals 13. I just pulled out the x, and where I had that space there, I put in a negative 2. So I get 3 minus, and then 5 times negative 2 is negative 10 equals 13. And then you guys know when you have two subtraction signs like that, you go boom, boom, you add the opposite. So I have 3 plus 10, and that gives me 13 equals 13. So that means my original answer of negative 2 was correct. Okay, let's do another one. 2y minus 5 equals 12. I'm going to add 5 to both sides. The 5's will cancel, and I bring down the 2y. And then 12 plus 5 is 17. And now I'm going to divide both things by 2, and I get y equals, well, 17 divided by 2. You can actually leave it as 17 halves. Or 17 goes into 2, or 2 goes into 17 9 times with, or no, 8 times actually, with 1 left over. So it's 8 1/2. Or you could even write it as 8.5. Any of those things are acceptable. Your calculator will do any of those things for you. Now, if you try to use your calculator here and just do 17 divided by 2, because that's what that fraction means. It means divide. You get 8.5. If you don't want it that way, you hit the double arrow button. You get 17 halves. If you do second function and then hit this little thing with a 10 on it there, and you can see it goes from a fraction to a mixed number, and you get 8.5. So your calculator can give you all those same choices too. You know, when I was a kid, our calculator didn't do that. We didn't actually have calculators. We just kind of wrote in the dirt with sticks. There were no calculators then. No, there were calculators. I'm just kidding you. But they weren't really cool like there now. They had light bulbs in them. Now that's part's true. They had little tiny light bulbs in them. So anyhow, I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll talk to you again soon.